In this video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my trip to Colombia. So I went on a trip to Colombia. I know this isn't quite Costa Rica related, but I wanted to share a little bit about the trip, and we had a really amazing time. So I went with my friend Taylor. I took my daughter. Our first stop is we flew into Medellin and we went to Guatape. Guatape is most known for having this really giant rock that you can climb up. And the town, honestly, was so cute. So cute. So colorful. I would highly recommend it. Our first day there, we really just enjoyed walking around the town. We did a tour in the tuk-tuk, so those are super fun. They have those everywhere. They all have really cool designs, so I let my daughter pick out kind of which design she wanted to go in, and honestly, everything's really affordable in Colombia, so we were able just to, just see all the different colors and kind of get a good introduction to the town, and then we ended up really just walking around just about everywhere that first day. So after a travel day, you can imagine we're kind of exhausted. We went and got some amazing food to eat, walked around the streets, kind of checked out what things look at night. And the next day we headed up to go climb the big rock. So here's a really good picture of the rock. There's so many stairs. I don't remember how many, maybe 700 something stairs. I can say my daughter was struggling a little bit, but it was really good exercise. And I can say the views were absolutely incredible. Again, good exercise. The weather here is amazing. It's kind of either maybe pants or light sweatshirt weather, but you could also throw in a tank top and shorts. Oh man, she was really struggling there. All right, so when we made it to the top and we get to see these absolutely gorgeous views. Again, this is in Guatape, Colombia. It was about an hour and a half ride from the airport, I want to say. And we had this amazing driver. After we did the rock, we decided, hey, let's go check out things by boat. So we found this super cheap boat tour. We got to see all these different houses that I guess belong to different music artists. I think we saw, these are obviously vacation homes. Like Maluma's got a big property over there. Carol G. I don't know. I don't remember who else we saw, but it was really neat seeing kind of a different aspect of the town. Here's some horses that we just randomly found hanging out, so I thought that was kind of hilarious and wanted to show you guys. It did rain a little bit while we were there, but overall the weather was really amazing. The people were very kind. That afternoon we just kind of spent walking around, checking out the local town, the culture. There's a little soccer game going on. One really cool thing about this town is everything's decorated and painted really beautifully. My daughter took this video as we were getting ready and packed up because the next morning we were going to be headed off to Medellin. But first, of course, we wanted to check out the town a little bit more, walk down some of the streets. I love always when they have the streets lined with umbrellas. Our tour guide, again, was so awesome. He took us to all these cool pit stops on the way to Medellin. Me and Taylor just kind of hanging out and dancing around. But we got to do all these different little pit stops. So we went to go check out this upside down house. There's this woman that made like avocado creams and drinks and oils. So that was pretty neat. Definitely very creative. I love the avocado vibe that she had going on there. We definitely took some stuff to go. I will say the juice infused avocado was absolutely amazing. I would highly recommend it. And then we went to this, I don't even know. It was like a petting zoo and there were just animals everywhere. It was pure chaos, but it was so much fun. Here you can see Taylor got spit on, which is hilarious. Just kind of wait for it. Wait for it. She's feeding them. She's feeding them. And hold on. It was actually pretty great. Oh, there it happened. So yeah, the animals were a blast. Again, it was just kind of cool to walk around, see the culture some more. This was a pit stop that we had on our way back, towards the city of Medellin. And I am going to give a shout out to our tour guide and give you his information down below. So we were actually waiting at the airport for an Uber. Of course, none of the Ubers wanted to accept our ride because, we weren't going that far. And he's the one who accepted our ride. Turns out he's like one of the top rated tour guides on TripAdvisor. Amazing guy. His name's Steven. He has a company, which I'll put down below, and I would highly recommend booking him. His prices are super reasonable. He's so knowledgeable. He knows a lot about the history, the culture. He's pure Colombian. Great guy. We'll definitely be calling him back whenever we go down, and I would highly recommend, if you're looking for someone to book and take you around, if you're flying into Medellin, he's definitely your guy. So yeah, we just had a blast at this petting zoo. These ostriches were hilarious. One of them pecked my phone. The guy, we were actually looking at them from the outside, and he's like, "You want to go in?" And we were like, "Okay, why not?" So we went in. We got to pet them. Oh gosh, maybe they're not called ostriches. Sorry, that's emus maybe. I have no idea what they were, but they were pretty funny. So we really just, yeah, we got to enjoy all the animals. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, I will say. These are these little strawberry cake things. I don't remember what the name of them is. They're huge, but they're fluffy, and they have a lot of different stands along the road. So we learned a little bit about the road system. You know, Medellin does have a really good tunnel system, you know, because there's huge mountains surrounding the city. It has a good city metro system. We mainly just did, you know, organized taxi and Uber because it was already really affordable. And again, just because I was bringing my daughter, I didn't want to drag her around walking everywhere. She was already pretty darn exhausted, and she was very exhausted by the end of the trip. But the drive from Guatape to the city was absolutely beautiful. I love driving around new countries just to kind of see the sights. I thought the roads overall were pretty organized. After getting into the city, I can't say that it's a place that I would probably feel super comfortable just driving around by myself, just because I don't know the city, the traffic. Definitely a little bit different than San Jose. So when we got to the city, we actually had to go get our yellow fever vaccine. So we came to a local clinic here, and we got registered in their public healthcare system because we needed to get the vaccine. If we were going to get it in Costa Rica, it was about $147, but here it was just $25 for us to get the vaccine. We actually needed it in order to get back into Costa Rica. That's a new rule that they instated a few months ago. So we actually found the system pretty good, pretty easy to navigate. We went, took a number. It did take some time. I would say we were there for about an hour and a half, but we did it. And we went to a few clinics before. No one was available, or no one had it. So we tried to get it in Guatape, but unfortunately we couldn't. After we got our vaccine, we went, you know, off to explore some more areas of the city. We did a girls' spa day as well at our hotel, so that was really fun. And I think Ksenia definitely really enjoyed that. And yeah, so we just did some kind of girly things at the hotel. We did a lot of walking through the days. These women actually came to the hotel. And yeah, it was a good experience, I can say. Parts of it I was a little uncomfortable. I don't think I like people poking and prodding me. So, but overall, yeah, it was a good time. For dinner, we went to this place called Yaki Chan. We stayed in a neighborhood called Poblado, maybe? Gosh, I already forgot. But loved the neighborhood we stayed in. Everything was very walkable. We felt very safe there. And they had really cool restaurants. This restaurant in particular was really neat because of the presentation they have of their food and drinks. And I can say it was all, you know, very affordable, especially kind of compared to Costa Rica. Sorry, Costa Rica is kind of expensive. But we really did enjoy Colombia. We enjoyed their restaurants. The next day, we went to Comuna 13. So this used to be one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Medellin, and it's been completely revamped. It's got a lot of beautiful history. Next time when I go back here, I would like to be able to do the walking tour and just learn more about the history of this neighborhood. But as you know, I was with my daughter, and I think she was kind of fed up with me from all the walking towards the end of this trip. But we really did get to see a lot here. It was just such a cool experience. I really can't wait to come back here. There's so much I want to do in the city. They put these elevators in this neighborhood, and they said that it cut down the walking time of at least like 30 minutes for people. So like all of this entire neighborhood is just a bunch of stairs. So, you know, if you imagine if people who really live deep into this neighborhood going up all these stairs, I imagine it would be difficult for elderly people but wow, just what an incredible place. They have all these different little stores and restaurants. They have break dancers. The break dancing was amazing. So lots of talent. And like I said, there's just a lot of history here that I definitely want to be able to dig into and really just spend like a whole day and night in this neighborhood. So it's called Comuna 13. I would highly recommend going. You probably, should. Why not just do the walking tour? Again, these guides know so much about the history. I just knew that my daughter wouldn't last. So when I come back, I'll definitely be doing that tour. It had lots of just kind of hidden lots of photo ops. So lots of places to take cool photos, lots of colors, again, lots of culture. So this is definitely a place I would highly, highly recommend going for at least a day and a night if you're going to be in Medellin. I found a little patio. This is patio of Sarah. I was super excited about it. And then we went downtown to try to do some shopping in the commercial center. I really didn't film much here because it was just so hectic. You know, I have my daughter, just need to keep an eye on things. Being at the downtown of any city, you should really be alert, probably not be on your phone and distracted. So after that, we kind of went walking around our neighborhood. This was our last night. Checked out some of the other restaurants. It was so lively here. I would say people get really dressed up, and it was definitely a little bit of a bougie area, but great place to walk around. Lots of different restaurant options. We ended our trip with flight difficulties where I should have been home by about noon at my house. Didn't get home till 8 p.m. So it was a really long day. Loved Colombia. Can't wait to go back. And yeah, well, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. Just wanted to share a little bit about our trip. We had a blast. Loved Medellin. We'll definitely be back soon. See you guys in the next video.